venturing into TVET in Liberia, establishing this gate.
Basically, this is a project,
Okay.
all right? The European Union and the government of Germany provided some funding for this project. That's supposed to strengthen TVEC in Liberia.
Okay.
So GIZ is one of the implementing partner that is implementing component two of this project. UNIDO, that is the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, implements component one of the EU funded project. So what is being done by GIZ, an organization called Integration International Management Consulting.
Okay.
It's based in Frankfurt, Germany, and that organization was contracted by GIZ to implement this project, basically to establish a state-of-the-art TVET institution.
Okay. So over the time you've been running, how is it for you?
Yes, we are grateful. We were able to register the institution. We did all of the article of incorporation. We obtained a permit from the Ministry of Education, the TVET Bureau. So basically, when it comes to all of the relevant legal instruments, they are all in place. There is a campus under construction in Bento City, which is the capital city of Mansuraru County. It's going to comprise of administrative block, theoretical buildings and practical buildings, dormitories for boys and girls, staff quarter, have a pipe bomb water system, electricity, just a modern campus that you think about and fully equipped.
Any reason for going Bentol?
Yes, at the initial stage of the project, different areas were being identified.
Okay.
And that was the most suitable area that was identified finally.
Okay.
Among all of the different options that were available, Bento was selected among all.
Okay. And currently, how many students do you have?
We are in a recruitment stage.
Okay.
So what we do, we have a little rigorous recruitment process. We do what we call assessment. We conducted our first assessment. We have more than 300 applications received.
Okay.
But
And these applicants are mostly young people.
oh yes,
Any education limit? Like you should be high school.
yes, I will provide all of this information.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically they are young people, and this project is geared toward recruiting young Liberians, training them in different vocational disciplines, giving them the skills that industry will need or demand.
Okay.
So that's the essence of it. We have over 300 applicants. We went through assessment of these applicants, but we currently will be running plumbing and pipe fitting as one of our training programs, electrical and solar installation, and then eventually we'll roll out road maintenance and construction,
Okay.
which is a little old program. It was once at the Vocational Institute in Kakata, Magibe County. But we will bring it over because we ran it at Bidaria at the time, and we closed it because it's coming right on Gateway Vocational Training Program.
You know, sometimes there's this emergence or barrage of technical schools in country doing almost the same things, but getting the desired results of how you want to make the country more TVET driven, even though you have the academic side of it. What different would Gateway do from other TVET institutions that we have around here?
Okay. Quickly, let me let you know that to date, Gateway Vocational Training Center is the only, to my knowledge now, is the only vocational institution in Liberia that has done its curriculum in line with the draft Liberian National Qualification Framework.
Ah,
Yes, because according to that qualification framework, there are different levels.
yeah.
For GVTC, we'll have level 1, level 2, and level 3. The qualification framework goes beyond that, but these are the levels.
Yeah.
And according to the national qualification framework, when you do the training at level 1, you will be issued or awarded at the end of that training a proficiency certificate. Then level 2, you will be issued a vocational certificate 1, and level 3, you will be issued vocational certificate 2.
Mm.
So basically, we have played all of our curriculum and our training program in line with what the national qualification framework is.
But it's still
We
in the draft stage, though.
Yes, but you can't go contrary because eventually it will be rolled out to all TVET institutions in Liberia,
Okay.
and it will become mandatory that every TVET institution accredited by the Ministry of Education conform to that qualification framework.
So as it stands,
So
everybody doing their own thing.
exactly, it's
There's this
fragmented. It's
fragmentation in the
fragmented.
system. So
Yes, so the ministry is correcting that, but it goes through stages. So what we did, instead of just continuously fragmenting it, we said let's try to conform to what the ministry says.
Okay.
So we presented our qualification package to the ministry. It was right in the office of the minister proper, the assistant minister for TVET. Dukley was there, and the public relations office. They were all there. The board of directors of the Gateway Vocational Training Center were there. GSF project, CDTS, that's Capacity Development in the Transport Sector Project Director, Johan Liberage, was also there, and we presented the entire qualification framework.
Mm.
And that was sometimes October 2022, and just of late, the ministry endorsed our qualification package presented to them and give us that endorsement letter.
Okay.
So basically, what we're doing is to set the record straight. Instead of continuing as it is in the country, which is not right for us, we think that is to conform to the best practice.
Okay. So let's come. You listed solar energy installation as one of your disciplines, and good of it all. We have this solar fair coming up, and Gateway is one of the partners to that. But tell us the importance, of solar energy before delving into the fair that's coming up and knowing the date and time.
Okay, let's just make this point clear. We are just a participating TVET institution to the solar fair.
Okay.
LORC, in conjunction with Onreach, organized it. And what they did, they sent out invitation to many TVET institutions, and the Gateway Vocational Training Center having to be one of those many vocational training centers.
Mhm.
So basically, it will be held on the 25th of February, and the time schedule is from 11 a.m. to 6 in the evening on the 25th.
Okay.
So our role there is we were allotted a slot. And what we're going to do is to demonstrate or to display how solar energy is generated and then transformed into what we see as final electricity that we use. So basically, that's our role. But just to talk a little bit about solar energy, basically, it's what we will define as a transformed energy from the sun.
Okay.
Okay, solar energy is a transformed energy from the sun.
Almost like getting energy from the water, like hydro, like.
Yeah,
So we get.
it's a transformed energy from the
From
sun,
the sun.
and it's one of the renewable energies.
Okay.
And what happens is when the sunlight passes through the Earth's atmosphere, coming from up there and coming down to Earth, it appears in the form of a visible light or infrared radiation.
Yeah.
And eventually, what the solar panel does, or the solar cell panel does, it uses that and convert it into what we call energy. And it uses it and convert it into electricity. Yeah. Then you finally get the result of it.
Yeah.
So basically, everything about the solar energy is the energy we receive from the sun that passes through Earth's atmosphere. That is one of the renewable energies, and then it is converted finally by the solar panel cells that you see, and it turns out into what we call electricity that we all enjoy so much.
Okay. That's great, and many people don't know, the importance or how transformative it is. The sun ray produces
Oh
electricity.
yes.
Uh, so this fair, let's look at the importance of it.
Basically, it is to enlighten the minds of Liberians that you have alternative power source, and one of the best alternative power sources is solar energy.
Okay.
Because the only way we will go out of that unless the sun will not exist. But as long as the sun exists, you can generate some power from there, and it's usable. Take for example, there are lots of advantages of the solar energy that we just briefly talk about. It is clean. It is clean compared to fossil fuel. No, solar energy. Let me just say, when I say it is clean, there is no carbon dioxide. Okay,
It's refined.
very much refined. There's no carbon dioxide emission. Like I said, in the case of the fossil fuel, which is one of the causes of global warming today. So that makes the solar energy one of the best. It is also renewable. That's why I say, as long as the sun exists, my dear brother, we will have power and to the sun.
Yeah.
Okay, it's renewable, it's reliable, and it reduces cost in utility.
Hmm.
But I will say this: the initial cost will be high. Let me provide that information quickly. The initial cost to get an inverter, to get a panel, to get the batteries, and all of these things, to find the installer, to install the whole system for you, you will spend some money. But the operating cost is very less. Once that is done, it's just minimum maintenance compared to using either the generator or other sources of power. So this makes solar energy one of the best, and you can use it in even the village. Go into any village. Once you have this thing, you set it up, you have electricity provided there.
Mm.
Yeah.
So the intent of this
Solar
fair,
fair
yeah, sort of fair,
is to market solar energy to Liberian publics that you can obtain this is reliable, is efficient, is cost saving for you, and this is the alternative for you. That's the essence. And besides that, it's also to let the training providers like GVTC that I talk about. We will be training people in how to install.
Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, good. We will be training people in how to install those solar installation. So LORC thought it wise to invite all of these training institutions to be able to have a slot and display how important solar energy is. That's what LORC is doing. LORC has her own training program. She could have said, no, I mean, we can do it all by ourselves. But take for example GVTC. For solar energy, we will not take electrical and solar installation. We will not recruit more than 20 trainees.
Mm.
Yeah, because if you look at our training, how it is structured, competency-based education and training, CBET, that's the new methodology in TVET training. That's where we are going. So LORC thinks that when it's spread across to different institutions, for now, GVTC, MVTC, just name all of the vocational training centers, and all of them are engaged into this and market the idea to different communities, different institutions. Who it benefits? It benefits the citizenry of Liberia. So LORC is using this as a showcase of how good, how important, how efficient, how reliable, and how sustainable is solar energy to all of us.
Any idea how can one be a part of the fair?
Oh yes, LORC has a solar energy page. It's right on how you call this Facebook. They have it on WhatsApp, And once you get there, you just type LORC, solar energy, all of the information will start to display and you can go through. But anyone who is interested, that's why we are, I'm in studio. Unfortunately, we should have been more than this. We should have had two representatives for LORC and another from Orange. The traffic, as you may understand, they
Yep.
got stuck up somewhere, and to reach here, time is running against them. So I just have to go ahead. But once you contact us at the Gateway Vocational Training Center, we can connect you to LORC as soon as possible, and you can register to be a part of the solar fair that is scheduled for February 25th.
The location again, venue for the fair.
It will be at LORC campus in it's the Matadi area,
Okay.
Matadi Estate.
Okay, if you just joined us, you're listening to the Super Morning Show on ELBC Radio. My guest this morning, Mr. Abraham Wowah, the acting manager of the Gateway Vocational Training Center. We're talking about the upcoming solar energy fair that's been organized by LOIC in partnership with the GVTC and Orange Liberia. Uh, just lastly, before we take calls briefly, Mr. Wowa, again, we're talking about the importance of the fair and how Liberians have not seen the importance or the need to venture into solar energy. Do you think it is a good venture? Solar energy has a future to strive when it's adequately marketed.
Oh yes, as I say, yes. I would take it from two dimensions. First, I would talk as a training provider. First of all, let me tell you, if you are trained as a solar installer, or if you go through our training at the Gateway Vocational Training Center at LORC or whatever institution that will be conducting training electrical and solar installation, there are advantages. So I'm taking it from the training provider point of view, first of all. As electrical and solar installer, you will be able to lay out, you'll be able to install, you will test, you will troubleshoot, and you will repair electrical and solar wiring, fixtures, and equipment that are used in industries, in businesses, in institutions, and homes.
Okay.
That's one advantage you will have if you go through training for that. But we're talking about the consumers of the solar energy. What benefit do they receive? Let's do a little comparison. Consider that you are using LEC or you are using a community power and you pay the amount of 40 or 50 United States dollars monthly. Maintenance cost is not on you and all of these things. So one would say, but why should migrate from using this that I just pay certain amount and get my curry and go to solar energy? Now, honestly, solar energy is the future. Believe it or not, it is actually the future when you talk about energy consumption, provision of electricity, not only to urban areas, but to all parts of any country, whether urban, whether rural, whatever category you place it in.
Yeah, but
It is
let me.
advantageous. Yeah, you wanted to say
Yeah,
something.
I wanted to hold you there because now the provision of electricity through solar panel or solar energy is dependent on the sunshine. So it's still climatic. So if you have regular sunshine, you get regular provision of electricity. Can we reason together like that?
Um, Let me say this to you again. I was talking about some advantages of the solar energy. Whatever energy that is absorbed from the sunlight, know that this is stored. That's why you have the batteries and
Oh, okay.
yeah, it stores the energy. That's why you have the panel, all of these things.
Ah, you got storage facility there.
Yes, it stores the energy so that it is used when you need it. There, your question is important because when it's too cloudy, take for example, in Liberia during the rainy season, we'll have a very huge rainfall. Okay, it's a little challenging for us during that time. But once you have a little bit of sunlight and that is absorbed and stored, eventually you can use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So if you want to be a part of, the program, you can call us. We can take at least two or three. Call us on 080 514 096, 080 and be alive on the Super Morning Show. If not, we'll go back to Mr. Wowah for comments, parting comments. But call us briefly on 080 514 096, 07705 We're talking about the solar energy fair that's coming up on the 25th of February, organized by LOIC. Let's hear from this caller. Good morning.
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 My name is James Donald. I'm calling on behalf.
You want to speak louder?
Yeah, my name is James Donald. I'm calling on behalf community.
Yeah, let's hear you, James.
I want to say thanks to the studio guest. Something I didn't hear him talking about is the cost to the program. I mean, to the fair. I don't know there's a cost attached, so can you please tell the public about it and when is it starting? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's important question. Call us on 080 We can take a call and go back to Mr. Wowah quickly. 080 514 If not, Mr. Wowah, you can just address that in part.
Okay, thank you again, Varflay. James, who just called, we'd like to say thank you. It's a very good question. The cost for participating on the solar fair, what I can do for you is to link you up to LORC. They have all of the details. As I said, I'm here as a guest, as one of the training providers. I'm not the organizer for the solar fair. But there is a minimum cost that you have to pay so that slot is allotted for you and lots of things that will be done. The time is the 25th of February, and it starts from 11 to 6 o'clock on the 25th.
Okay.
So just contact us. If you cannot get LORC directly, contact the Gateway Vocational Training Center in Cinco, and we will provide you or link you up with LORC that will give you all of the necessary costs and everything you need to do in preparation for participation in the solar fair.
Okay, finally, Mr. Wowah.
Yeah.
Your parting comments?
I'd like to say thank you, first of all, for hosting me in your studio and for asking these questions. I think they help to provide some minimal information to the listening public. We hope we can have another opportunity that we can discuss this lengthily because there are lots of advantages why you should switch to solar energy. And we will not discuss that in just
Yep.
10, 15, or 20 minutes. It would take even more than that. So we are available. As I said, this is the Gateway Vocational Training Center, the our team manager. We are on a construction in Bento City. Our recruitment is ongoing for trainees. We will start training first week, March 2023. So if you are interested in enrolling at the Gateway Vocational Training Center, visit us at the Fish Market Community where Blue Crest University College used to be, or visit our Facebook page or our website. Just check there, you will be able to get every information about us.
Thank you so much. Well, he's Mr. Abraham Wowah, the acting manager, Gateway Vocational Training Center, talking about the upcoming solar fair. My name is Varflay Kamara. Next up, my guest